Hello, this is Tony Graham. I was sitting here in my studio shop office. It's where I keep my artwork and things. And I was just thinking about everybody, about the world in general. And I just want to share something with you, some of my thoughts. Have you ever wondered what the cause is of most of the problems in this world today? Or for that matter, ever since the beginning of our written history? I spent 23 years writing in the Book of Life. I've dedicated myself to it. And the main purpose is that after several decades of seeking out and discovering every kind of writing that I could find from every religion, every spirituality, every culture, all throughout our history, scrolls and stone tablets and little books of antiquity that are so rare, so rare. And the gift that I was given was that I call it the gift of transliteration. And by that I mean I've taken all of these writings and studied them, and Spirit guides me to the true meanings of all of these beautiful lessons that the avatars, Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, have all left behind for us. And there's a far greater amount of these than most people think. There's thousands of them. So, like a skilled surgeon, one of the things that is called is adulterated. Throughout time, these beautiful lessons of life have become adulterated, corrupted by what man has added to them through translations, mistranslations, and then mistranslations of mistranslations, and everything gets jumbled up. You don't understand the meaning of them any longer. The beautiful story has gotten lost. So, like that skilled surgeon, I cut away all of the things that mankind has added to the original lessons, and therefore attempt to offer to you these beautiful lessons unadulterated, transliterated into modern English with as great a clarity as I can accomplish. And every time I open one of my documents to write in the book, I edit and rewrite and edit and rewrite constantly, trying to perfect it to as clear an understanding humanly possible. Which brings me back to the question of the problems of society today. The major problem is segregation, separation. And language. You would have thought by now, after all these centuries that have gone by, that we would have made the conscious choice to choose one language. And that's what we teach our children. And then everybody in the world would speak one language, read one language, understand one language. And then we would understand each other in perfect clarity. You should understand that 90%, maybe even more, of the world's problems today is caused through translation or mistranslation, I should say. Um, People who don't understand a foreign language doesn't understand what the person's saying. So they must depend on someone else to translate from that language to their language. And there's much lost in translation. And this is the reason for the wars, the conflicts, arguments, misunderstandings. Because the person listening doesn't understand what the person saying or speaking is saying. But if we all spoke the same language, you'd understand perfectly, just like you understand what I'm saying right now. And furthermore, you weren't born in Russia. You weren't born in China. You weren't born in the United States. The concepts of countries are archaic, outdated. They stem from the Dark Ages. There's only one place that every person alive on this planet was born, and that's on this planet, on Earth. Close your eyes for a few moments and envision yourself standing on the moon. And then look up into the sky at our beautiful, bright blue-white planet. What do you see? There are no borders. Do you see any? There's nothing drawn on Mother Earth. She's just beautiful. So, I spent all these years writing the books. I've created the first 4 volumes on my websites. Years of work. And I share them with you for free. I ask nothing from you whatsoever. They're a gift of my compassion. I offer them to you to read the unadulterated teachings of the great masters throughout time and what I've been inspired to understand. I can only hope that you will go to the web pages and read the books. The first 4 volumes are there, about 1,200 pages, which merely leads into the living book of life, because altogether at around a 250-page volume, there's 50 of them already written. Deep is the understanding as you get into the book and the directions. Once we actually get into the teaching of the original Law of One. It changes everything when you come to see and understand things the way that I see them. It is my wish that every person in the world could look into my heart and then from there look back out into life through my eyes and see what I see, the way I see it. I see paradise. I see a global society of united people that all together work for the betterment of the global society. Because everyone can live in perfect unity, at peace, with great abundance, and full equality. Just have to make the conscious choice to do that. So, anyways, just think about some of the things I said. Go visit the website, read the book. It doesn't cost you anything but some of your time. All of the pictures that I share on my inspirational page, um, they all come out of the book. They're just bits and pieces from here and there. Go to the books on the website and read them in their context. You'll get a greater understanding. And as time goes by, now that I've learned how to do this, I think I'll probably make some videos reading out of the book itself in its total context. Um, Maybe do a half an hour or an hour sitting. Um, oh well. I think I'll leave that at that for the evening. You're an earthling. Let's learn one language. Let's teach our children that we're the people of the planet Earth. Still away with segregation, separation, foreign languages. I'm not talking about like the elitists want to control the whole world under one governmental society. I'm talking about the society that governs itself through higher knowledge of a greater wisdom and understanding of compassion and love for each other. It's not about money. We can make money. We can print money. We can make coins. Um, that has nothing to do with anything. All money is a means of exchange. I'll give you this for that. Just think about it. Until the next time, remember, God bless you. You are a beautiful child of the light, a creature of God's creation. You are one with God. Namaste, Inlakich Alakin, Aloha, all meaning the same thing. I see the spark of life that is in you, that is also in me. We're all one people. Please, please, start to love each other. I will always love you forever. Because if I don't love you, how can I love me? And if I don't love me, how can I love you? Begin by falling head over heels in love with yourself, that beautiful spark of life that's in you. And then try to love everybody else that way. We're not born into a life of sin. We're born into a life of free will. Every living soul has the right to choose. And all we can do to offer to them who choose not to be enlightened or kind or compassionate is our living example to perhaps persuade them to join us. I think one day that day will come when the whole world is enlightened. It would be such a beautiful place. I hope I can live to see it. I hope you live to see it. God bless you. I'll talk to you next time. I love you.